14 ping pong balls, 1,000 combinations, billions of dollars at stake. The NBA Draft Lottery, where dreams are made or manufactured. Is the NBA Draft Lottery rigged? By the end of this video, you decide. This is 100% the most controversial 12 minutes in basketball. Every year, 14 teams pray to ping pong balls for their franchise's future. Comment rigged if you think it's fixed. Comment fair if you believe in the system. Because what I'm about to show you will make you question everything. Dikembe Mutombo tweeted congratulations hours before the lottery. Besides the 76ers, the Lake Show, and the Celtics, the 2016 lottery had zero changes from pre-lottery order. Magic Johnson predicted the Lakers would get a top 3 pick in 2017. Here's what nobody tells you about those ping pong balls. Pause the video right now and guess. How many total combinations are possible with 14 balls? The answer will shock you. From coin flips to conspiracy theories, this is the complete breakdown of the NBA's most mysterious process. Before we dive into the controversy, here's the lottery in 30 seconds. Started 1985, replaced coin flip system. Purpose: stop teams from tanking for worst record. Current format: top 4 picks determined by lottery. Participants: 14 teams that miss playoffs. Method: 14 ping pong balls, 4 number combinations. Total combinations: 1,000 plus 1 invalid. Worst 3 teams, 14% chance each for number 1 pick. Now, let's get into why people think it's all fake. Understand the conspiracy, you need to understand the desperation. 1947 to 1965. Teams drafted in reverse order. Simple, fair, boring. 1966, NBA introduced the coin flip. Worst team from each conference flipped for number 1 pick. This was considered fair, 50-50 odds. No manipulation possible. But by 1984, teams were tanking, deliberately losing games to get the worst record. Houston Rockets won the 1984 coin flip and got Hakeem Olajuwon. But people accused them of tanking to get there. 1985, NBA creates the lottery. Every non-playoff team gets equal odds. New York Knicks win the first lottery and get Patrick Ewing. Immediately people scream, rigged. Comment Ewing if you think that first lottery was suspicious. But that was just the beginning of the conspiracy theories. Here's exactly how the modern lottery works. Pay attention. This is where the shit gets real. 14 ping pong balls numbered 1 to 14. 4 balls drawn randomly. 1,001 total combinations possible. One combination, 11, 12, 13, 14, is invalid and redrawn. That leaves 1,000 combinations distributed among 14 teams based on record. Worst 3 teams, 140 combinations each, 14% chance. Fourth worst, 125 combinations, 12.5% chance. Best lottery team, 5 combinations, 0.5% chance. This is mathematically sound. The worst teams have the best odds. Here's where it gets interesting. The actual drawing happens in a secure room. Only NBA officials and Ernst Young auditors present. The public ceremony? That's just theater. The real lottery already happened. Comment theater if you think the public ceremony is just for show. And that's where the conspiracy theories begin. Let's examine the evidence. You decide if it's coincidence or conspiracy. 1985, first lottery ever. New York Knicks win, get Patrick Ewing. The envelope system, sealed envelopes in a hopper. One theory, Ewing's envelope was bent or marked. No proof, but super suspicious timing. NBA's biggest market gets the biggest star. 2016, Dikembe Mutombo tweets congratulations to Philadelphia, hours before the lottery. Philadelphia wins number 1 pick, exactly as Mutombo predicted. But here's the plot thickener. Every single lottery position stayed exactly the same as pre-lottery projections. First time in lottery history. 2017, Magic Johnson tells Luke Walton the Lakers will get a top 3 pick, 12 days before the lottery. Lakers jump from 4th worst odds to number 2 pick, exactly as Magic predicted. Comment inside job if you think Magic knew something. Comment lucky guess if you think it was coincidence. 1992 and 1993, Orlando Magic wins number 1 pick in back-to-back years. You're a certified hoophead if you can tell me who those picks were. And they both had their own shoes. Drop the answer in the comments and I'm shouting out the first one. 1993, Orlando had only 1.52% chance. They beat 98.48% odds. Anything's possible, but likely that's another story. Hope the GM played the real lottery that year. The evidence is mounting, but is it proof? Okay, wait. Before you grab your pitchforks, let's hear the other side. Ernst Young audits every lottery. These are the same people who audit Fortune 500 companies. They risk their entire reputation for what? To help the NBA rig ping pong balls? Unlikely outcomes happen all the time in probability. Orlando's 1.52% chance in 1993, that's like making a 65-foot shot. Rare, but possible. How many people would need to be involved? NBA officials, auditors, security, ball manufacturers? That's too many people to keep a secret. If the NBA got caught rigging the lottery, it would destroy the league's credibility forever. In the social media age, 0% chance this stays secret if it's real. But here's what the conspiracy theorists say to that. The NBA makes billions. A few suspicious lotteries are worth the risk if it puts stars in big markets. Comment too risky if you think the NBA wouldn't risk it. Comment worth it if you think they would. Here's what's interesting. The NBA keeps changing the system. Why? The league flattened the odds. Worst 3 teams now have equal 14% chances. Reduce tanking incentives. Stop teams from racing to the bottom. Or make it easier to justify any outcome. Old system, worst team had 25% chance. New system, worst team has a 14% chance. Less predictable, more suspicious to conspiracy theorists. Top 4 picks now determined by lottery, up from 3. More chaos, more unpredictability, more opportunities for lucky outcomes. 2019 Zion Williamson sweepstakes. New Orleans wins with 6% odds. Small market team gets generational talent. Coincidence or design? Comment finesse if you think that lottery was fixed. So, after all this evidence, what's the verdict? Let's weigh the evidence. Rigged or fair? Mutombo's premature tweet, Magic's 12-day prediction, 2016's unchanged order, Ewing to New York, Orlando's back-to-back miracle, Ernst Young auditing, mathematical probability, too many people involved, massive risk of caught, system changes to reduce suspicion. Here's what we know for certain. The NBA has never admitted to rigging the lottery, and I'm confident they never will. But here's what we also know. The NBA is a business. Star players in big markets make more money. If you were running a billion-dollar entertainment company, wouldn't you want some control over the product? But if you got caught, you'd lose everything. Is the risk worth the reward? So, what's your verdict? After seeing all the evidence, do you think the NBA draft lottery is rigged or fair? Time to decide. Drop your verdict in the comments right now. Comment rigged if you think it's fixed. Comment fair if you believe in the system. Comment suspicious if you're not sure but have doubts. Comment business if you think it's rigged for profit. The comments are about to be a war zone. I'll be in there defending my take. Also, comment your most suspicious lottery moment. Ewing, Orlando, Zion, Magic's prediction. Here's what I want to know. What other NBA conspiracies do you want me to investigate? Because this is just the beginning. We've got referees, trades, and draft picks to expose. The NBA draft lottery where ping pong balls determine billions and conspiracy theories are born. Smash that like button if this opened your eyes. Subscribe for more NBA truth bombs. Because in the NBA, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. The question is, how deep does the rabbit hole go?